Hi. Date. Time. I'm late. I know. I know. I rolled out of bed and um I do have that on. Sorry. I rolled out of bed at like 8:44 to somebody intensely sighing at my very presence, and I was like, looked at the clock. It's 8:44. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm still not over. I got a little bit of time, so I grabbed my cups. I put them under the faucet and some hot water because I had milk the other day, and I went to the restroom. And while I was washing my cups, I caught eyes with somebody that was sitting on the thing, and then they said, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "What?" And they were like, they started the video over again, and they popped it down in front of me. So as I was like cleaning the cups, I was getting myself my drinks ready. It was I think the news source was 4Bs or something. Excuse me, I'm still waking up. And I was watching this video on there's an alien mothership out there, and people are surprised. I was like, with all the crap you people been doing, you're begging for either domination or flippin' help. You better hope it's help. It's like, holy flip. It's like, dude, eh, maybe I can slip through the cracks. Who knows? Well, anyways, so that's why I'm 12 minutes late. I was watching like a 20, not a 20 minute, maybe 20 to 18-minute video. I wanted to, it was on someone's phone, and I was quite curious. Where the hell am I? Oh, okay, so I think it might be best if you sit here while I go off on the adventure. I'll be back though. Aw, they're so cute. Oh, I'm over with that. I don't have any iron, but we'll take this. I'll get a bunch of that. If only I could put this little birdie in my inventory so that they can't get hurt, and then free them whenever they're at the appropriate place. So I'm flipping Yanni and stuff. Excuse me. I apologize if I made you yawn like twice or whatever. I'm just super duper tired. It could stem from when I went to bed. I mean, dude. I try to make sure that there's nothing moving around by the time I go to sleep, and that ends up being really late. Sorry. So, I mean, I don't really have anything to talk about other than I'm tired. So, pretty, what is that called? Pretty flowers and stuff. I don't like pink, I really don't. For you. This is merely for food and veg. And I don't think they give me anything, so sad. So yeah, I guess we can continue on with the news that there are other people out there in space. Excuse me. I'm not bored with the subject. I'm just really tired. And I'm really hoping that I didn't get sick from tasting that cabbage yesterday. Normally, if you eat after somebody who's sick, who's preparing a meal, you're gonna get sick yourself, which is pretty damn bad. Excuse me. That's why there's like precautions of people who are sick actually cooking food. But you know. That was awesome. I didn't even see vines on that. So, Monday, I go about and gotta go to the, I don't know if it's the courthouse. It's something. Oh, gotta go to the Social Security thing. Let them know that my name is now maiden style, and I gotta go to the bank and the hell's that called? DMV for an ID. Because you know how they put that little hole puncher thing in there? Yeah, it kind of makes the last ID that you had invalid. It's for a good reason though, you know. People will try to pretend to be other people and then trick the, I guess this, what are those things called? Credit card companies, or take out loans under a name that they're not valid with. And then they can't really find them because they have no ties to that name, you know, fake IDs and whatnot. It's like, eesh. But other than that, there's nothing really I'm excited about. I'm like, yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna have to bathe and make sure my hair is dry before I take a pic. Yeah, they might smell it over the camera. That's a joke. Well, it's best to look your best when you're gonna be taking a photograph. I hate photos. I hate them, really. So, oh, that reminds me of something. Yesterday, while I was waiting for an appropriate time to go to sleep, I came across these two males who were covering this other male, like, I mean, having a story about them. And they ended up sitting there and, like, someone, I think his name was Scorpio or Scorpion or something, his tag was, that they were covering. I don't know who the other two were. Because I thought they were going to sit there and, like, start complaining about it with what the thumbnail of the video had said. I was like, why are they picking on this guy? What's wrong with him? I mean, what the hell? But they ended up, one of his fans had asked what his ideal female was. And he ended up going about alive, of age, and then he changed his of age to 21 or older, at least 21. And then he was thinking like about it. He was like consenting and all this other stuff that was like, stuff you wouldn't have to say, but yet, certain people don't understand what consenting is. Oh, look how cute. But the little horsies were adorable. Certain people don't know what consenting is. So when you kidnap someone, that's not consent. You force them to be with you. That is not consent. It's like, dude, unless they willingly go and they decide that they want to live with you, they don't want to live with you, Anyways, moving on. So, and then they were like, alive, and I was like, wow. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, there's a lot of people out there with just dolls, like these female or male looking dolls because oh yeah, females do that too. And I guess that was to counter that statement, like they actually want someone to be there, not just a, a form of like what they want. They actually want someone like mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? Most of those dolls are missing out of their soul. And they're just whims to whatever happened. So, when you go about thinking of like all the things that he thought that an appropriate response were, it was intriguing. And then he goes about saying that he wants like a 4 on their bad day and like can get up to a 6 on their good, like whenever they spruce themselves up. And I was like, wow, everybody's going to have a different type of rating scale as to what is a 1 to a 10. 10 being the best, and then like 1 being like, no, not my type kind of thing. Oh damn, I'm so squishy. I need to find somewhere to hide. I'm only wearing like a hat and almost a busted gold piece, so I'm really in need of some clothes. But anyways, I didn't mean to try to take that. He was going on about, well, one of them was going on about how there are like 2s and 4s out there that think that they're 10s and that people should like come to standards as what they are and whatnot, and then just date across. Don't date up. And I was like, what? I was like, who the hell are you? Not the person that they were covering, but one of the hosts who were covering this person. And he was sitting there going on and on about how all of his girlfriends were 4s. And, he's not a 4, but he was dating down just to get some. And I was like, are you flipping kidding me? And I was just like, oh, what an idiot. I was like, if there were any females here, they were unsubscribing, first off. And second off, dude, way to be a role model to the males. Idiot. But anyways, so, yes, I view him completely as an idiot. Because that comment legit would have ended his flippin' career, for one. And for two, why are people so cruel to the point where they're gonna sit there and say that they've dated 4s for their whole career, and they ended up not taking any pictures of them because they were 4s and they didn't want to be associated with them. I was like, wow, that is like horrible. And then like everybody who would come to like this person anybody coming to this person looking for a relationship. I don't know whether he was gay or what. He could have been bi for all I know. Anyone coming to that person for a relationship, they sit there and constantly wrap their minds around whether or not they are 4 or better. I'm like, why do you choose to decide what people look like on an attraction scale? It's like, attraction's only one itty bitty little teeny tiny thing compared to actually learning who somebody is and then progressing from there. It's like, I don't understand that. I'm not into looks. I'm not. I'm sure somebody out there thinks I'm a 1. Somebody probably thinks I'm a 4. Somebody probably thinks I'm a negative. It's not my problem. That's you. I'm not going to sit here and judge people on a scaling from 1 to 10. Not only is that rude, but holy F, there could be quite the amazing person with it. It's like, dude. I don't like associating myself with a bunch of mean people, though. Makes me crabby. Well, think of it this way. If people are always being mean to you, what else is there to do but sit there and try to defend yourself? Then get angry because all of the defense that you're trying to do is not doing anything. All of the, hey, this really hurts my feelings. Can you not do this? Can you not call me that? I've even went about going, telling a story from my youth of why I do not like certain things. As soon as an argument or something breaks down, I'm like, okay, all right. So, when's the last time I used this? When, like, we'll do this, factually. We'll do this scientifically. When's the last time I used this? Was it working fine then? Okay. So who else has used this in the process of these, 3 to like maybe 5 to 6 people living in this certain area? So why is it always my fault? Why? Do I maliciously go after people's things? No. You gotta think, I use these things too. I rely on these things too. So why exactly would I go and try to do something malicious to certain things whenever I rely on certain things? And then it's like, oh, well, yeah, you're crazy. I'm like, oh, yeah, because you claim I am? Gotcha. I'm quite sick of, like, he say, she say bullcrap, honestly. I'm like, dude, if the facts don't add up, why the hell are you pointing fingers? If you were the last person to use it, and you overloaded it, or you flippin' mucked it up, maybe you should be an adult and take credit for what you actually did, instead of blaming somebody else for it. Oh, my favorite is whenever somebody breaks something, and then they ask you to do something for them in that general area. And they just left something kind of almost like hanging off or whatever, and then you go and you're like, what the hell is this? And then you go and you're like, hey, I came in and I found this like this, and like, oh yeah, sure, blah blah blah. And I was like, it was probably you. It's like, dude, people break crap and then just lightly put it on and then have you go around the area or even touch the thing that they wanted you, well, that they accidentally broke. It could have been an accident, but it's like, so many times I've been in trouble because of that. It's like, ugh, I hate that. I really hate that. Is it daytime yet? Oh, just about. Everybody alive? We're good? We're good. Alright. Just in case I need to. I can't tell you how many times I've been told that I broke something here. It's ridiculous. And there was even a repairman that had to come in, and they said there was nothing wrong with it. And I'm just like, thank you. I was like, you're gonna have to tell her though. But thank you. I accidentally broke one dish. One dish. And I'm the village idiot, and as well as I haven't broke a dish since. And seeing how there was such a calamity and anger fest with one dish being broken, there was a upheaval of all the dishes, and now there are just plain white dishes. And I wasn't even using the plain white dishes, and then I was told that I had to use the plain white dishes because I was being ridiculous. And I was like, no, I don't want to break any more. Because obviously it was malintent for me to accidentally break one. And the thing was, it was this much of a drop that happened because I was rinsing the dish, and when I went to turn it over, it slipped through my fingers because I was washing dishes, and it was this much of a drop between the sink. The sink is like this big, dude. It's like one of those heavy duty ones, but it's crap. It's made out of this material that keeps the stains. It's white. It's a white sink. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell do you want me to do? There's a flippin'. That's the only sink. I'm not allowed to wash dishes in any other sink, and it wasn't porcelain. It's this damn material that is, flip. I have to ask somebody later. Cause like I was just like, dude, whatever happened to like steel? Whatever happened to something that is not going to retain the stains and can take a little bit of a rough housing? Oh, that's not what I do with the dishes, but it's obviously I am big ogre in little house when it comes to everything. I'm pretty damn gentle, honestly. But suffice to say, I broke a dish, and there was just chaos. It was just like, all right. So I went about and I looked up the type of dish. I checked one of the other ones, and I was like, okay, so it's gonna be like 14 something just to replace one dish, because you know those people who like to buy multitudes of certain types of dishes and then sell them for how much the actual box of them had cost. Yeah. Well, that was kind of what it was like. So it was like 14, almost $15 for one dish. And I found it. I gave them the little SKUs for it. And they were like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later." And then whenever they went about doing it, it was like 20 some dollars. I was like, "Dude, I found the best price then." It didn't have anybody like on it yet. Like, it was like 14.95. That waited till it got to 20, and then I got in trouble for it being 20. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Holy flip. Okay, yeah, $20 on that. So then, seeing how the dishes were so expensive, white dishes were made. Like, bought. It's like, okay, alright, fine. I was using. I have two plates and a bowl from my last marriage. I was using those. And after I was done with the plate, I was washing it. After I was done with the bowl, two bowls and two plates from my last marriage. And I would wash my damn bowls, I would wash my plates, and then I would dry them and then put them back in my collection. I guess they were tacky because they were rainbowy. Hold on, let me just show you how rainbowy these things are. I like colors, okay? Give me a second. I forgot about my little plate too. So I was using those, and obviously it was great offense. I think there's just like four colors on it or something. I don't know. Like yellow, white, red, green. And then I have a green little plate. I guess I call it a bread plate or something. I use that whenever I'm eating, unless there's like something bigger. Some meals, they need a lot of space, so then you use those bigger plates. But I'm getting all tangled up. Give me a second. But anyways, so I wasn't allowed to bring those to the table, and I was like, all right, well then I'll eat somewhere else. I'm not allowed to eat in the room. I wasn't allowed to eat in the room, but yes, she eats upstairs all the time. She eats in her room all the time. She complains that there's ants in the places she eats. So I'm like, She's like, I'm allowed to because I am clean. Do I look dirty? I mean, really? I'm a messy eater, yeah, but I end up cleaning up my mess afterwards. It's like, dude, I'd sooner like go outside and throw my mess on a flippin' anthill than I would like just leave it there. Because that's pretty much what you're doing. If you leave your mess there, they're gonna find it one way or another. Might as well save them the trip. Be like, food from the heavens. Manna from up above. All that stuff. They're probably just like, hey, thanks. But, I've never thrown gummy bears or gummy beans, like jelly beans, what are those things called? Jelly beans on an anthill. That was in a movie, and I thought that was funny. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So, like, if I ate like a ham sandwich or something and I had a bunch of crumbs of bread and maybe little itty bitty bits of cheese, I'd sit there and toss them near an anthill. I'm like, dude. I don't tend to be that messy with my meat, so I guess I don't get that much meat that escapes. It's kind of hard to make a slice of ham kind of crumb. I don't know, but like a slice of cheese, depending on what type of cheese it is, if it's that type of crumbly cheeses, ooh, they're usually sharp. Like they're, I don't know if you would call it wicked from moisture, but they have barely any moisture in there, and they tend to crumble very easily, even when cutting. Some people recommend to like wet the knife before. I'm like, no, dude, I don't care if it crumbles. I don't want my cheese soggy, please. Just no. Oh, flip. Okay. That's right, I don't have a boat. Should be okay though. They haven't added sharks to the game yet. Not that I think that they might, but it's kind of fun to sit there and say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, technically they do have sharks in some of the mods and whatnot. I'm not going there. I have no aversity towards sharks. I love sharks. I just don't want to be a meal. I hope you understand, you know. So it's not like I wanted to bring super crummy things into the room or anything. It's just, you know, some like snacks. I like snacks here and there. I get hungry, like really hungry. You ever do something and then like you're just like, I haven't eaten in days. That's what it feels like. When I do some stuff like that and then I get hungry. Like, you know, working out make me hungry. And then they're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't eat after your workout, you should eat before. I was like, I can't work out if I've eaten before, dude. I can't. It's not gonna happen because then there's going to be problems, you know, with upchuck and things. So, whatever. Ooh, I watched this person who was giving advice about, what is that called? Vitamins. When to take vitamins, certain vitamins. I was like, oh, that's pretty nifty. He was saying how certain vitamins, like if you take, like some people take certain vitamins at night, some people take them during the day. Certain vitamins will either make them tired or very awake, so you have to, you know, kind of mad scientist it yourself. Experiment, sorry. I can't remember certain words sometimes, and other words will make me remember those words, so I'm having issues with my vocabulary. At least I'm not out there writing. What am I gonna steal? Holy F. It's like I can't steal love, so what the hell? It's not worth it. You think clothes are gonna get me love? You think flipping shoes are gonna get me love? No, that's just gonna bring an attraction that I possibly don't want. So, I mean, if you think about it. Okay, so if you have some good clothes, you should do this experiment yourself. Alright, so do your hair, males and females, do your hair nice, you know, where you think it's nice. Put on your nicest clothes and go out into the world. See how people treat you, alright? See what types of people actually approach you versus don't approach you, alright? Then do this experiment with just plain Jane clothes. Like, who cares? You wear some slacks and some, you know, just like jeans or whatever, and walk around with just a t-shirt. See how many people approach you there. I mean, you have your hair like kind of like you didn't care, just either low and blowing or like whatever. Low and blowing, that's like just your hair down without any products or whatever in your hair. You're welcome. That's a definition that I didn't know at one point. And I was like, wait, what the hell is low and blowing? What the hell? Let's just get your hair down. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Because I sat there for like 5 minutes trying to consider what low and blowing was. Oh, you gotta. Anyways, so, and then there's like where you just take some water and slick your hair back, and then it falls where it falls. Can't beat that. You kind of tried. You semi-tried. Most people put like gel or flippin' stuff in there. Oh, that reminds me of a joke. Holy flip. Alright, so let's get this weird joke out. Damn, I'm gonna have to hide again. So, Gotta get the stage going. Once upon a time. Sorry, anyways. I like them standing. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was, it's one of those jokes. There was a barber, and what we can say a hairstylist, okay? Just chill. There was a profession in which a person would wash, clean, and cut your hair. All right? So he's watching these people walk by. Well, this blonde comes in with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend needed a haircut, so she's sitting there flipping through a magazine, and this hair person, this crafter of the hair, because I'm trying to say barber because all the males that were coming in were just getting a haircut. But I don't want to leave out anyone who's like, well, a hairdresser and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, so we're going to just say barber, okay? Because this is how I heard the joke. So this blonde comes in with her boyfriend, and the barber sits the boyfriend down, starts snipping the hair, spritzing, and then, clip, 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 and he was like, "Your hair is so lovely," to the female, pawing through the pages of the magazine. How do you get it? How do you get it like that? And she goes, "Oh, it's natural," and runs her hand through her hair. And see, I'm sorry, I'm giggling over what the end is. So then he gets finished with the boyfriend, and they both leave together. The next one comes in with her father, and she sits there and paws through the same magazine. And the father sits down and says, "This is only going to take 10 minutes. 10 minutes at most." And so he sits down. He's like, "Oh, I don't think we'll need that much time," the barber says. And he just goes about snipping and combing through, snip, snip, snip. And he looks over at the brunette. And he goes, "My, you have some lovely hair. How do you get it that way?" And she goes, "Oh, it's natural." And she, waves her hand through her hair. And he's like, "Oh, it's lovely." It finishes with the father, and then they go about leaving. Well, this other male comes in with a female on his arm, and he has like spiked hair, and he's looking for like a full-on shave, okay? And sits down, and her hair is green. And she goes about pawing through the damn magazine, and he's just buzz cutting away with this guy and keeps looking at her hair and like, it must be some dyes. It has to be dyes. It has to be some sort of, fruit dye or chemical dye. Her hair is like this green color, this like, greenish yellow color. And he's just sitting here, And he thought, well, I asked the other two, I might as well ask this one as well. And he's like, "Excuse me, how do you get your hair that color?" And she's like, "Oh, it's natural." So she's like wiping her nose mucus on her hair, and it's turning it green. But it's far-fetched, but it's still hilarious. It got my, oh, hey, yeah, I was right. It got my giggles going. And I thought it might be interesting for Yins too, so. I possibly should be taking out those cows. But not for the meat, but for the leather. Bonsai. I could have made a water vader, but there were like 3 things chasing me. They jump in? Here, I thought the spider would jump in. They're like, we'll get you next time, Ace. We'll get you next time. Sure. Sure you will. I don't think I'm going to be coming back this way, so probably not. Huh. If you turn your head sideways, it looked kind of like a smiley face. See it? Do the pigs leave leather too? I apologize in advance. No, I didn't see any leather. Just raw meat. Do I have? I do have some. I don't know why my thing is turning. Is that you, Glitchmeister? Morning. Morning. Did you sleep well? Sorry. I might be able to make some pants. Possibly, yeah, possibly some pants. Chickens aren't gonna give me, leather. They give me some feathers, and some food, but not leather. I just need a bit of leather so that I can, there's 2 of them together, isn't it? Because one bent down for some food. Sorry. I still need to go this way a smidge. That has to be a beach. It is totally a beach. Like, that hasn't popped. Like, it hasn't colored. Alright, so you see the coloring from that one beach on the backdrop of the coast over there? And then check the comparison of the actual map. It's the same color, isn't it? It has to be the same color. It's like, why can't they make the map more of an off shade? Like, make it an eggshell yellow, like a dirty eggshell yellow, instead of a cream tan. Or make the beaches the same color as what the beaches look. If you compare the beach to the map, there's a difference of the color. Why not make the beaches actually that color of what the beaches are? So that I'm not so damn confused. Is this like a ploy to get people to continuously backtrack where the beaches are? Eh, that's dirty. That's really dirty. Sorry. Okay, I definitely have enough for some pants. Trying to think of something else to talk about. But you know that woodpeckers have, yeah, we're just going to talk about some animal facts because I know a lot of that. Woodpeckers have been known to, what is that called? I guess it's peck, drill, well, not really drill, but they've been known to peck through siding and parts of like houses so that they can use it as a food store for the winter. I was like, wow, that's interesting. There have been numerous occasions of like woodpeckers using houses to house themselves as well, making a nice little cozy house out of a part of the house. Oh, hey, there's a village. I wonder if they planned any of these clouds. Trying to get better angles at the different sides of the clouds. Hmm. I too. Alright, so could be a good base right here. Just a little bit. I need some food, so I need to cook some stuff. I'll hold off on the raw beef. Excuse me. I had a weird type of burp in my throat, just trying to take over, I guess. Not today. Not today. You ever have those? Like, it's kind of like an indigestion burp, but like, not? Well, that's cooking. Damn. Thought I had enough to make pants. How many do you need to make pants? One more. How many do you need to make shoes? 4. I already have a hat. Yeesh. Looking for cows. Oh, damn. Oh, you bug. I needed to sleep too. Should be getting in the room to go to bed. We're gonna have a sleepover. Did he just move? Trying to think of where I could put this damn bed. Alright, let's see. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go about looking for a cow real quick. See if we can't help our gear situation. This area looks very cowy. Well, mostly cows like flat terrain, but there have been known to be in this kind of weird terrain too. The cows that I know. Oh, you know, it was a slap in the face when they decided to take the word buffalo and turn it into North American bison. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I was like, these people have called this buffalo for umpteen years, for multiple generations, and you're gonna take away their word buffalo. Give it to people across the way who don't even talk like don't even say that that's a buffalo. And then I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, is this like a one of those desperation attempts to, like, I'm like, screw this. I'm not calling it a North American bison. It's a damn buffalo. And the other one's a water buffalo. They're all from the same bovine family tree. Like, whatever. Dude. Call it big, fluffy, hairy cow for all I care. I'm gonna call it a damn buffalo. Just like pigs. Pigs, boars, warthogs, they're from the same type of family. I think the first one they classified was a hill pig. This was a hunter. Oh, it was, wow. It was quite the character. Like, not only would it hunt everything, but it possibly could have killed anything. It would gore you, it would shred you, and then it would eat you. At least it made sure that you were dead before you were eaten, though. I am sore about that. I'm really sore about that. How bears, it's like one of the few critters that don't care if you're still alive. I'm like, mother F. I was like, who did that? Who did that? Whatever. Whatever. Yeesh. Well, hey, look, there's some horsies. Some people still eat horse. So a lot of people that still, oh, they're, okay, so cows in certain areas are actually considered religious icons. I'm like, sure, dude. It's not gonna make me stop. I rely on the cow too much, I guess. Being the mostly meat eater that I am. I'm an omnivore, but I eat mostly meat. I'm told nutrition is nutrition, but in order to make repairs that I make, I need meat. Most likely cooked meat. There are some fishes that, sorry, Coco. I explained to Coco about how some people eat fish and how he is one of those work fishes that is like most of his species are bottom feeders, which end up playing a very vital role in the I don't know if you'd say ecology or something, ecosystem. So I do love Coco very much. But anyways, there are some fish out there that are like super massive, like super big, and we eat them in little itty bitty cans, and it's like for the whole time of my youth, I thought that tuna fish was possibly a fish this big. Like, I didn't think fish got bigger than like this big, but I just, for some reason, I thought it was this big, and that's why there was only a can of tuna. That's as much, because the quantity of tuna that you get in there, I pictured it being this big. Because, you know, that's how much meat you would get from just that little quantity of food. So, I couldn't understand how they only, like, gave you so little of it if it's such a big flippin' can of it, but yet these other fish that are only this big, that you get like a huge can of it, like this big. Like, dude, it's like, what? But yet the tuna, why? And they were like, oh, cause like the mercury and blah blah blah, and I was like, what? I was like, I'm sure people could like, you know, calm themselves with the not eating so much tuna. But anyways, I like raw tuna. I like flippin' raw salmon. I like it mixed with other things, yeah. And I have eaten it by itself and I was fine. But, you know, it's good with some rice and it's good with some I don't really like cucumber, but it's good with cucumber. Cucumber's not my favorite unless it's like fermented with and sweet stuff. I Cuz like they take little cucumbers about this big and then they pickle them, which is a type of fermenting. And then they ferment them, they boil them and ferment them with vinegar and some spices. I'm just like, okay, alright. I didn't find any flippin' cows. Found a bunch of pigs and some sheepies and some chickens and a lot of horses, but no cows. But another piggy. But I like the sweet ones. I don't like the sour ones. They're bitter. Oh, hey, there's a cow. Ah, they got a baby. Can't do that. Baby needs mama. Let me help you. There you go. You know who makes great pickles? I don't want to like advertise or whatever, but there's this fast food chain that makes phenomenal pickles. You can tell that they make them fresh, and they ferment them in what is that thing called? Something sweet, and I love it. It's like I don't ask because most places I ask for no pickles, and then these ones, dude. I've never had pickles on a chicken sandwich, but they had these pickles on a chicken sandwich once, and I was like, you want my pickles? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll take your pickles. And then he was like, oh, they're sweet. I was like, they're sweet. So I tried some, and then I was like, oh, this changes the game. It's like sweet pickles. But yeah, it's quite tasty. Oh, I don't have enough for that. That's why it kicked me out. Okay, so I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't been sitting here that long. Okay, so I gotta find my way back to the other area. Should be a lot easier because I have Possibly that way. I have that area next to a village. That looks like a structure down that way. Have to go through this area again. Goody. Yeah, take a look at the coordinates. We're really, really off from home base. Not the best, not the best time to try to take over, dude. Damn, damn. Damn, how many flippin' creepers are out here? I only have 6, experience right now. Why all the hate? And it's definitely not my gear because, like, dude, I'm barely wearing anything. Oh, damn. Kind of thinking the village is close by to this, but I don't want to go through the forest. I want to go around. There it is. Okay, I was right. Okie dokie. So, I took a sip of tea and I took a few gulps of water. I noticed I was about halfway done with my tea. I was like, oh, I haven't even started my water. Let's get that all backwashy, right? No backwashing my thing. My slime decides to stay on the very pinnacle of the cup. It congregates. Plots a lot of different things. You know, like the saliva. I call it slime, but whatever. Let me grab this. Grab that. Should possibly take these with me. I don't have to keep creating them. I am gonna need another sword. Oh damn, I have another piece of... I was not aware. Oh, there was a wolf in the area, so that could have been some pants. A little more protected. Trying to move this over here. What else do I need? Arrows, but I don't have any flint. I feel like waiting. Oh damn, oh damn. Get, whoa, flip. Of course I don't have my, No, 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 I'm the prey. I'm the prey. Just come over this way. Damn, I need a sword. Flip. There were like 6 to 8 of them. Damn. Excuse me. I feel like you just need a path up. Hi. Oops. Oh, thank you. Oh, because it wasn't. Okay. What the hell is he doing stuck in there? Is everybody stuck in there? Everybody was stuck in there. Oh my goodness. You're welcome. I made a path. I made it safe. I even dropped that path that was up there. It's like, eesh. Do I really need to like build all the way? That's like. How did I go up with that? Okay. Wait. I ran out. Oh, so they can walk diagonally. Like sort of diagonal areas. Everybody watch this. I can get up here. Look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm up here. It's like, eesh. I know you're not stuck anymore, at least. I'm considering chewing up, like, just right through the middle of the town. Oh, look, the pig knows how to do it. Two ways up. Oh, oh, wait. Keep trying. Oh, look at that. It might do it. Nope. Was it scary? look, I think he went all the way up. I didn't pick those up, did I? Okay, good. Alright, after this we can go mapping. Aw, you're so cute! I don't know what to do. I've made them 2 ways to get up. 2 great ways to get up. Three ways to get up. Oh, hey. I like arrows. Dude. What is it? Cyan? Hmm. Oh. He's going down. I did not know that he could go down one block lanes. Welcome to civilization. He still needs to get up? Are you for flip's sake. It's not one thing, it's another. Like, what? Of course, let's just you pick where you want to go, because that looks like you can get up there too. Don't let me disturb you. Just show me where you want to get up. 'Cause obviously that's the only way that's gonna work. Oh, somebody steal your trade. That's sad. Excuse me. Excuse, thank you. Oh, good, because he didn't care. He just wanted to. That's why I don't play time in villages. It's like gives them what they want, and they still don't care. And, ugh. These Minecraft ones are crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my stuff and I'm gonna go off on an adventure. 'Cause spending time in this village is just upsetting me. Excuse me. Thank you. I mean, even the pigs know how to get up more than the others. I mean, you put these... I've seen sheep go up and down these things already. Just like, dude. Alright, so I'm gonna take this. Gonna take... well, no, probably possibly this one. Let's skedaddle. I have to go through the village. Oh, hey, look, the intellectual got up. Good on you, dude. Good on you. Mapping the area. Gotta see what I can see. Oh, boredom as I can see. I got lots of it. Anyways, so I don't know what to talk about. Complaint, complaint, more complaint, 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 complaint. You can fill in. Go on, complaint. Complaining, complaint, 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 complaint. There. Saved a whole hell of a lot of time. I need a break. Well, it seems like whenever I go about talking about things that please me, they end up making some horrible, horrible things to try to dissuade things that please me. There is a horror game that they made with Skinnamarink. You know, they called it Skinnamarink Dink or something like that. And that was like flipping a child show that they sat there and they made into like a flippin' horror game. I was like, what the flip? Because after I had said, like, oh yeah, this was like the best and everything, and I showed you like a little, it's insert and a little video on like some of my childhood, then there ends up being a flippin' horror game where people are like hardcore like promoting this. And it's called like Skinamarinky or something like that. And I was like, wait, so they took this song and they sandwich. Sorry. Anyways, I was reading a comment in my guild. So, I went about looking this up again. Oh yeah, they have this horror game now. I'm like, mother flip. Here after I was like, yeah, this is a cute little kid show and blah blah blah. Yeah, they made a horror show out of it. Like, I'm just like, flip. I notice there's something on my tooth and I don't know what it is. I got it. Not many things stick to your teeth, but when they do, it gets annoying. But, dude, it's just, dude. So I'm sitting here trying not to talk about anything that I actually enjoyed, so. They've been alive for like maybe a few seconds. It's like whenever you're trekking a new area. Okay, so you see how there's stuff in the landscape, okay? Right now, the only trees that are on there are the biggest ones that you can see. Everything else is being brought up, like AI generated while you go there. It's like first time you go anywhere is artificially popped up in this game at least. This one, everything is where it was, where it always has been since it had been grown. I keep thinking I have a boat, but with this digital game, those villagers weren't there until I happened upon them, and they had been alive for just that much time, which is both interesting and odd because they're programmed with the trade that they are, because the AI had, artificial intelligence had popped in that trade, what were those things called? I don't want to call it a trade box, but it's like a trade station, thank you. So, and then they're just pre-programmed to know everything about that station, or at least have the appearance as to knowing what's going on about that station. It's like, it's an, oh crap, who the hell? It's an oddity. Whereas those are, they're spawned in too, so that their lives are a whole hell of a lot shorter than most characters on this platform. Because they pop in already willing and able and wanting to fight. Because of the programming of it. Whoops. Now, when things aren't acting as they should, you know there's something else going on. And it's, I'm not trying to make more conspiracy theories or whatnot, but it is quite fascinating. Sometimes devs are in the world playing, sometimes there's moderators that peek in, and sometimes there's other things. Oh, flip. I saw the gray and I was like, what the hell is that? I missed my fire sword. I didn't have to carry around a thingamajig just to... Oh crap. I'm hiding for a little bit. Should move on. I mean... But, yeah, so... conspiracies and whatnot. Let's, do you want to start with the animal conspiracies, or the cryptid, conspiracies, or... spiritual conspiracies? Like, there's quite a lot. Excuse me. Stretching. I didn't really get a good morning stretch before I was trying to get some better clothes on. And then side at, like hardcore side at, like it's someone's default in the house. Did I can't do anything about it. My very presence, the air I breathe, the ground I walk on is some sort of problem to certain people. So, hey, here's to being alive. Annoying people just because you're alive. Here, here. So, not only do we have aliens amongst us, we have cryptids. Okay, so a cryptid is I guess an animal or being that has yet to be proven is in existence. But we have those, and then we have interdimensional beings around us, and then we have... No, I've been doing lots of research. And then we have the spiritual world, ghosts, ghouls, and, uh, spiritual entities. Then we have, I'm trying to like cover all the bases of all the different, we have the flat earthers who are living in some sort of half globe kind of thing. Like an ant farm type of thing. I'm like, wow. And then we have the flat earthers who are living in this biome under a lot of water, and stars that they're seeing are actually angels looking in on them, and I'm like, huh. And then the word angel is actually a term from like someone who's come, from above. It doesn't mean what people think it means, but it's just people who've come from another system, another solar system, another area, and have graced themselves upon us, or whatever. And then there are those who think Demons are a bad thing, like all of them are a bad thing, but then they split demons into two categories about demons who are good are called daemons, um, and then the bad ones are called demons still. And the demons were somehow angels before, but yet they defiled one person who wanted to control everyone. I was like, wait, so are we upset that these demons didn't want to serve? I mean, does anyone want to serve? It should be, on like a what is that thing called? If you like the job you're doing, go ahead and continue it. If you don't, maybe like see if they can like do something else, but don't force people into certain jobs. Eesh. What if they don't like, doing the things that you need them to do? Why not let them trade jobs? I'm sure there's somebody elsewhere that needs or wants to fulfill something while doing the job that they're doing. Eesh. But yeah, that's why I don't understand why parents keep pressuring their children to be doctors or lawyers or this or that. I'm like, why? Stop pressuring them, and you want to do it, you do it. It's like nobody's stopping you from doing it, right? You worked your way up to get all this money to be able to pay for their school, right? That's another thing. I think the flippin' school system is they put so much filler in these damn jobs that most of the people who actually graduate don't even know what the flip that they need to use from. It's just like wow, it's wow. And then they also have to continuously look up the actual answers. It's crazy. It's like, I don't understand what people are doing. The schooling system is shot. The flippin' government has been shot. It's like, dude, what did our forefathers come here to do? To be under another oppressive regime? No, no, not at all. Well, they not ran away. They strategically left the areas that they were at to colonize an area so that they could have freedom. I mean, and then you're going to have people who get into positions where they're going to abuse and use everyone for their own little sadistic pleasures, and then sit there and like, oh yeah, we're upholding the amendments and all the rights of the citizens by stealing from them blindly, taxing them out the wazoo, taxing them for things that should be free, and then taxing them on top of taxing them, and then claiming that it's going to the people. Which is not. It's mostly going into people in the government's pockets. Or somehow getting misplaced. I was like, dude, if that's not some weird type of pyramid scheme or flippin', what is that called? Damn. Okay, so money laundering scheme. I don't know what is. Like, and then these people who they keep electing for as government officials who don't even know how to do their job, and then they bankrupt people. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? I was like, these are the people elected? Why? Legit, why? I I try to stay out of that kind of crap because it's just enforcing people to do what they want them to do. It's oppressing people. And then there are people that we're like neighbors with who are sitting there, oh yeah, we appreciate this and we appreciate that from these people who are actually enslaving their people. And it's like, no, 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 no. I was like, if they're still enslaving people, we shouldn't be doing business with people who are enslaving people. Because not only is it going to come back on us, because it's like, oh, well, you're funding these people and they're enslaving their own people. But it's a nice tourist, destination. I'm like, what the flip? I was like, no, 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 no. We're giving them money to enslave people. What the hell is that about? Honestly. Ugh. There's a lot of things I don't understand why it's still happening. And it's like I'm always last to the party here, and then it's like, alright, so how long has this been going on? Oh, flip. Are you kidding me? Decades? Oh, and they've been like trying to run other people's countries? Holy flip. When? When did this start? Who was supposed to... Are we good? You don't have a baby you're about to pop out, do you? Alright, so... It's like, when did this start and why? Why has it been able to be doing this? And then they have banks crashing? Because they put people in charge of things that they shouldn't be in charge of, and then they started effing up their own systems, and it's like... And then there's people sitting there begging people not to take all their money out of the bank because the banks will sit there and use the money that you put in the banks for loans that you get a small itty bitty percentage of. But yet you can't have a job unless you have a bank account, and you can't have this unless you have that, and it's like, wow. The thing's stuck. It doesn't make sense to me. Honestly, most of this crap doesn't make sense to me, and it's like this is how they decided to design this place. I'm pretty sure they didn't have banks, back when they were like colonizing, so that's not something they'd have to worry about, people going crazy and claiming they were going to hold on to people's money and then not invest it. It's like, I'm not into this. I'm not following you, little bear, I swear. I can't. I can't. And then, like, our major trading partners for this and that, and, like, okay. So, there are people in I believe the... Oh, crap. Give me a second. I don't want to die in that. So there are people in countries that are pretty damn close to us that are still using and abusing their people. And they won't even allow their own people to use the currency that they have had for up teen years. So these people depend on tourism, like fully 100%. They depend on tourism because without the Americans' currency that they have to use, they wouldn't be able to purchase anything, and they're starving their people out, which is crazy. I'm like, what are you trying to do? I'm quite certain that they're trying to kill their whole community for some reason. I think it's what the hell is that called? Colombia or something like that, Czech Republic, and then there's China that's doing something similar to that. It's like, dude, if they know that you have, like, they're going like way overboard with their craze. They're trying to corral their people through facial recognition. And then they have these other people who are making these face masks so they can put over them their faces to at least buy alcohol, because they won't allow you to leave the country. They'll put you on like a flag list where they'll take your money and keep you from going out of state or out of country. It's really crazy. It's like, if they know that you have children, which they more than certainly do, and you're buying alcohol, you get these bad points on your tied to your whatever it's called, your facial identity. I guess they're doing the whole karma thing, but out of a huge outlandish type of way. Because they're abusing people's privacy, and then they're also on top of that, you don't know if they're having a party. You don't know if they're like just, someone's watching the kids, and they decided to get a bottle of wine to share amongst friends. I don't like alcohol as it is, but that's kind of like overreach, like majorly overreach. And then they designed this one thing, but yet they don't allow their citizens to partake of it. Twitter? No, it's not Twitter, it's Twitch. No, not Twitch. What was it? It's not Twitter, but it's not Twitch. It's something that starts with a T. What the hell is that damn thing called? Wasn't Tumblr? I'm just thinking of all these like apps, and then I'm like getting into awful ones. Like, ooh, that looks like a baby bear. Is that a baby bear? Oh. I'm about to run. Twitch is where I'm streaming right now, and they have both good and bad people on there. Twitter is a social media platform where you can post your thoughts, your ideas, and your political views in most senses. Up until recently, it was quite leaning towards one side, and then everything else was propaganda. It was purchased by somebody, even though it had immense bots, because people were being like kicked off of the platform and replaced with bots. AI generated people, or people who had multiple accounts, who generated personas to sit there and either mock, troll, or attack people with another type of view than their own, or what they had been programmed with. And it's kind of interesting. But yeah, and then they had a whole bunch of people who were working there, but actually didn't know what they were supposed to be doing, so they were just actually not doing anything, and then posting about how they loved being there, and they had like $900 what is that called, lunches. They had wine there for like lunch. They had flippin' crazy crazy things for lunch that was like company bought. I think it was like they were using it to funnel money through. Money laundering scheme. So they had people on a payroll and they were giving them a percentage of it just to be there. But in all actuality, they weren't doing anything, and then it was putting more pressure on the people who needed to do things to keep the thing running and safe from some malicious hackers. But yeah, so there was like a big, huge firing, great firing of Twitch, not Twitch, but Twitter. And yeah, so that went on. Now it's supposed to be a better platform. I don't know if I want to get back on it. I said I would, but I don't know. I don't really go on social media. Just I got another flippin' Facebook account that was just to, check in on my wee ones. I did talk to somebody for a little bit on there, but he was pressuring me. I'm like, dude, I'm getting a divorce right now. I'm not trying to get into anything. And he's like, we're just friends, dude. And he just kept pressuring. So I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. It's really gross how people just like think they can wear you down. Ugh. It's like, dude, would you like me to sit there and try to wear you down? Like, not like that, but like actually wear you down into believing that something is one way when it's not. Would It's like I don't sit there and manipulate people. Not like that, at least. I might get you to do something nice for your family, but I'm not gonna sit there and like, oh, you must believe this and blah blah blah. I'm gonna be like, hey, have you talked to your mom lately? Have you talked to your dad lately? You might want to say hi. Or Mother's Day is coming around. I know that I felt kind of sad when I didn't get anything, but hey, you do you. So many Mother's Day cards got sold, I swear. But that's a good manipulation kind of tactic. But it wasn't just to sell flipping cards, I swear. It was to spread joy. And you know how much joy that was? It's amazing. But it's like we all have our specialties, I guess. Our ins and outs to this or that. I will beg for food. Like, totally. I'll sit there and I'll be like, but like this and that, please, please, food, nummy food, num num num. But I will legit like actually break down how amazing certain types of food are. I have a craving. I need that craving. I need it. It's not just like whimsical. It's I needs. Because I wouldn't be craving it unless I needed it. And I don't listen to sugary craves unless I'm pissed off. And then I'm like, fine, I'm gonna eat this damn chocolate. Well, see, if, okay. Let's explain, like, Pika. Not like Pikachu. It's like, supposed to be like a mental disorder, but I don't think it's quite that simple. It's when people are craving certain things, but yet signals are not quite getting to the appropriate places to describe what certain things that they're needing. So then they start, what is that called? They start craving things, non-food items. And all it is they need to have a certain way to, oh crap, good show. They need a certain way to figure out what they're actually needing. Like, there are tests that people can take to see what vitamins they're low on. And I'm sure if they had a nice little steady balance of those things that they were deficient in, like needing, lack of, they'd be able to resist their urge for non-food items. Because the non-food items were a urge because they were missing something. Get what I'm throwing down with that? Oh, they did develop this nice little blow-in kind of thing to see what your calorie intake was or something. Let's see, it's got it. Alright, so I was like, oh, look at that, there's another temple. I was like, no, that's still the same temple. We're good. But so I'm pretty I wouldn't say I'm fully attuned to what my body needs and whatnot, but I am pretty damn attuned to what I do need when I'm craving it. It ends up being like sometimes carbs, sometimes meat. Like, I mean, it's just meat. Okay. So I'm gonna walk you through like a craving. So you get the urge that you're hungry, right? So that you need food. The craving to that hunger would be what you're actually wanting or needing for the body, right? All right. So with a craving, when you're not hungry because you've just eaten, or you're just not hungry but you're still having a craving for something, it could be one or two things. You're becoming deficient in something, or there is something you, what is that word called? I'm trying not to use deficient all the time. So, because it's one of those offensive words, so I'm just like, it just means that you're lacking on something. Holy F. But so one or two things. You're either lacking, deficient on something, or you are having some sort of impulse to acquire something from that certain type of food, which, you know, kind of correlates with the first one, but not fully intentionally. It could be that you're like, if you're craving something sweet or something, you know that you need a little more energy, because the sweetness, like, it makes you like energized, right? Or you're craving caffeine, it makes you energized. Now you can supplement that for something else that makes you energized, and not have to what is that called? Not have to deal with the caffeine withdrawals or sugar withdrawals or whatever. So there's tons of things that you could sit there and eat or take that could make you energized. You could feel energized, or you could just, you know, do a little workout, and that sometimes make people energized. So it's not that you need some of the sugar. It's not that you're um, needing some of the coffee. It's like, if you're fully, you know, quelched with your thirst, and you're fully, you know, full from your hunger, and you're still getting these cravings, it could be that you're in need of better types of food, better types of drinks. Maybe next time try to supplement something other than that, or even take some supplements like some vitamins. Because, dude, 2 days off, 2 to 3 days off of my vitamins, and I'm craving carbs like there's no tomorrow. I'm just like, ah. But I was totally hungry. And I don't crave carbs all the time. Like, eh. But when I'm craving them, I totally eat them. But, like, I wanted, like, a deep dish pizza. It's like, I was craving it so damn bad. I was like, yeah, I need all 5 of these damn meats on it, and I want some black olives on it. And, you know, it's like pizza. But I did get pizza, but it wasn't what I wanted. But it was still delicious. It filled me up, but I still want all those meats. I'm like, alright, just, you know, grab the rest of those other meats. I'll make like a meat salad. Well, the salad part makes it with the little black olives, like canned black olives. It's totally a salad then. It's meat salad. So, I'm craving ham, bacon, like little bits of sausage. What else was that? Some steak. I'm craving a lot of damn meat. And then the black olive, and you know, I was looking after the carbs and the cheese too. I had a sausage pizza yesterday. That was it. All the other ones are still there. I needs the meats. I even made the comment of if there were like little micro animals that I could just like pop up and start eating, like I totally would. I totally would. I was like, but, you know, they don't allow these types of animals in this location. And they're sure as hell not allowed to be out and about the whole wild. Like Minecraft, cows are everywhere. Pigs are everywhere. But, oh, and the chickens, they're everywhere. Minecraft, it's different. I'm sorry, this area, it's different. It's like, do you have a permit for this? You have to have permits to have these types of things, and then your, not relatives, but your neighborhood has to, oh, flip. Are we gonna fight? Alright, so, you have to have permits for certain animals, you have to have, what the hell is that called? Locations for them that are pre-accepted by city standards, by the the city that you're in standards. Even if you're like up teen miles away from a city, it still has to be pre-accepted as this type of land, and that has to do with the taxes too. It's, you have to section this or section that, housing. It's like, what? I was like, okay, so you're selling this much like farmland, all right, but yet it's not. You can't put anything on it. I was like, why sell the land at all if you can't build on it? You can't raise anything on it, and you sure as hell can't hunt on it. Why even sell the land? Oh, just to money scheme or like steal money from people who think that they can do these types of things on the land and then them have to sell it, but then they sell it to back to you, and then you sit there and advertise it so that someone else comes along who doesn't know and then gets the better price, and then you just keep getting money from everyone. It's like, wow. There's some really skeevy people out there. It's just massively skeevy. Alright, I'm kind of done with that. Give me a second. It's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, protect the people. Yeah, protect the people. And it's like everyone accepts this crap. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, if you're purchasing land, you should be able to do what the hell you want on that damn land. It's like, I don't care if somebody gets a rooster. I'm gonna sit there and listen to that damn rooster. A rooster's gonna caw all the flipping time. But I know that they're gonna have eggs. I know that I could possibly purchase some eggs from that person. I know that eventually they're going to have chickens that are going to be sold for poultry. And as long as I know that they're naturally rearing these animals up, I know that's a nice source of food that I could possibly purchase or do something in exchange for those that food. I'm like, I don't understand why people are so flippin' huffy and puffy about people trying to garden for themselves. Oh yeah, there's some places where you can't even have a little garden. It's like, wow, is this illegal to grow food for yourself sometimes? Yeah, yeah. It's kind of despicable. And it's like, oh no, you can't do this unless you're paying this tax and that tax, and then you have to pay for these someone to survey the land so that you can see if it's adequate enough to be moved to this level of the thing, and that they already know it's not, because the last people who had purchased it before, they had done the same thing. So it's keeping certain people in business, but yet it's not helping anyone but them. I'm like, what, dude, this is really skeevy. This is really, really bad. I was like, are there people not complaining about this? Because, like, holy F. If they're not, I don't know what kind of weirdness they're waking up to, but this seems really, really bad. Dude, same thing with, like, cows and stuff. I live near some cows for a little bit. They would come all the way through there's this, like, in Alabama. Yeah, I lived in there for, like, maybe 3 to 4 months, maybe. But you could hear the cows. And it was just like, oh, okay, you know? And then, like, you learned that whenever they were laying down, there was a high chance that they were going to it was going to rain. And it was pretty nice. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, my knee's, like, killing me. And then, like, I'm like, it's definitely gonna rain. But you see all of the cows around just laying down. I'm like, hey, you know? I was like, maybe their knees hurt them too, or whatever. But we both knew when it was gonna rain. But yeah, they would moo. They'd sit there and communicate to each other. And when you heard it louder, that means they were up towards the fence. There was this, like, barbed wire fence with these little spikes in it, and one of them was pressing up against the spike and hurting themselves trying to get this dandelion. And I was like, oh, no, no, just, like, back up. I'll get this for you. Because, like, dude, their tongues are pretty damn long. It was like, but anyways, it was crazy. And was trying to sit there and just barely got a little bit of it, grabbed a leaf off of it, and was trying to get the whole damn thing. And I'm like, dude, I got you. I got you. And I got yelled at so damn bad for this afterwards. I dug up most of the dandelion, and I grabbed it, and then I gave it to the cow, which was sitting there, and just ate the whole damn thing, plus some of the roots that I brought up with it. And it was just like, just looked at me, and I was like, hold on, let me see if I can find any more. So I'm sitting there, like, scouring the area, and George comes out, and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm looking for some more dandelions for this cow over there. And the cow just, like, looks over at him, and he's like, don't feed other people's cows. And I was like, it's just a dandelion. I was like, it's calcium. Cows like calcium, because they're producing a lot, and everybody needs a little calcium. But I haven't met anyone who didn't. But if you're out there, hi. So I was only able to feed them one, but I was looking for more dandelions to feed this cow, and then, like, two others were coming up behind the cow, and the George was like, don't feed other people's cows. He's like, they probably have them on a strict diet. And I was like, it's a dandelion. Dandelions are flipping everywhere. If this person is coming across his whole field just to pull out every dandelion, I'm marveling at this like concept. And he was like, well, just don't feed them anything else. And I was like, I'm sorry, cow. I was like, I don't know your name. I'm sure that you're nice, but try not to kill yourself on the fence, okay? But around the rest of the property, they had some nice sturdy wooden fences. The type that, like, is a pole with, like, a hole, like, stacked out of it, and then there were two, like, pieces, like, kind of sandwiched in there. That's what type of fence it was. I'd seen people leaning on it before, but whatever. I had I was gathering trash so that I could get some money so that I could, leave. I also had to pawn something too, which they only gave me $10 for an actual authentic, like a $200 guitar tuner They gave me $10 for it. I was like, dude. And he was like, well, it could have been $200 whenever you first purchased it, but this, I was like, it's a guitar tuner. It's going to, I was trying to move somewhere else because I couldn't deal with the racism. I couldn't do it. There was, okay, so they still had the KKK in Ku Klux Klan in that region, and people were not, what was that called? Not kind to people of color. And these people were so frightened by the KKK still being a part of this Alabama region that we were in, that they would legit let you in front of them when you were in the supermarket to buy like things, even when they only had like 1 to 2 things in their hands. And I was like, no, you go ahead. You only have 2 things. And they're looking at other people, and people were giving them like, the angry eye, like, you better, let these people, they're white kind of thing in front of you. And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? They have 2 items. Like, we have like a whole flippin' shopping cart. And then some more people got behind them, and then they ended up letting these people in front of them. I was like, this person's gonna be here all flippin' day. And like, I'm just like, I asked George about this later, and he was like, oh yeah, they still have this going on here. And I was like, wait, so we went from super racist people who were black, who were racist against white people, to another place that was super racist as well, who were racist against black people, white people against black people. I was like, dude, what the hell is all this flipping crazy racism going on? I was like, is it contagious? I was like, it's like, I don't want it. It's like, I judge people on the content of their character, not of their skin or complexion. I don't know what the hell it is. But if you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. If you're mean to me, I'm probably gonna be mean to you. It's like, damn. It's like, if you come at me and you're complaining that I am white or something, I'm gonna get angry. I'm like, what? What's like? Do you want me to turn purple? What the fuck do you want me to do? It's like, this is how I was born. It was like, I'm sorry, let me go back in time. Well, what color would you like me to be? The green, maybe? Blue? Magenta? Let's just see if I can, like, I can, like, meet your needs. What would I be? What color should I be in order to be, adequate for your viewing pleasure? It's like, what? How entitled do people have to be in order to sit there and judge people just on their skin color alone? I don't understand this. It's like, what? You don't like the way I smell? Don't breathe me in. Stay in a distance. What the fuck do you want me to do? I was like, I wear deodorant sometimes. Like, not right now because I didn't feel the need to, because I'm going to be taking a shower after this. Whatever. It's like, it doesn't seem like it matters much. I'm not doing anything. I'm not, exercising. I'm not sweating anywhere. I just woke up, rolled out of bed, got clothes on, went pee, got a drink, had to watch a little video. Like, okay, whatever. Oh, yay, it's daytime. Did I lose my... No, they're still around. Good. Okay. So, I just don't understand. It's like, okay, do does everybody sit there and judge people just because of the way they look? It's like, I have an affinity for people's eyes. I like eye colors. And the first thing I'm going to notice about you is your flippin' eyes. I might even comment that you either have pretty eyes or, oh, that's an interesting color. You know, the eyes are the window to the soul and whatnot, but that's not why I like eyes. No, I'm not. I'm not one of those who like to consume of that type of thing and whatever. I'm sure there's reasons why they like it. Okay, so there have been some things popping up on my feed about cannibalism. All right, and I'm like, what are they? Are they trying to recruit or something? What's going on with this? And well, okay, so what I mean by recruit is whenever they're popping things up in your feed continuously, they're either trying to take a bite of whatever content that is, or do some deep dive research into certain things. Well, these people on the dark web or whatnot, I've been getting a lot of hits for that lately. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. Some scary things that you will not, that will mess you up or make you cringe or blah 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 stuff keeps coming up too. It's just a compilation of all of these different things that are popped together. And I'm just like, alright. I was like, have I shown that I want to see stuff like this? Alright, what are your complaints? And then I watch it. So apparently there are people who are still eating people, and this person came across this forum where they're teaching people how to catch, hunt, kill females. Only females. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of woman hating there. I was like, I wonder what's going to happen if they catch a trans person, a trans woman. Are they going to use the same procedures, or are they going to know right off the bat that they are not women? Because some of them are pretty damn convincing. And would they still eat them? I mean, this is like, of course, really crazy curiosity. But would they still eat them? And then, like, it's like, wait, so in their society, the only ones safe are males. I was like, did they not realize that they were possibly constructed in a female form? Is there some sort of resentment to that those types of people? I'm very curious about that. I don't want to be on the menu, but if somebody could ask them, who is possibly a male, so that they're not on the menu, that would be nice, because I'm curious. It's like, why would you go about eating like just a certain sex? And then there were like comments about how the eyeballs were their favorite and blah blah blah. And I was like, eyes are my favorite, but not to consume. I would make this joke with someone I was dating that when they went, I would love to put their eyes in a jar so that I could keep them with me. You know, like formaldehyde, because his eye colors were flippin' phenomenal, beautiful eyes. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't look into those eyes, you know, kind of thing. So. Yeah, it's really creepy, but it's just, dude. Very lovely eyes. You know, apparently people have the same color eyes all over the place, and I'm like, wow, are they really keeping those people from me? It's like, I'm not going to be malicious about it. I was just asking, like, after they die, could I have their eyes? I know that sounds horrible. People have asked me that too. So I'm just like, I was like, alright, well, if we're together, sure, you can have my eyes. I didn't take it like serial killer like. It's just like, oh, that's sweet. You want to keep my eyes in a jar and like stare into them? I was like, just don't do any spell work with it because you're not gonna like what comes out. But hey, people get weird about the body parts and stuff. I was like, if you knew how many dead people that they've harvested organs from just to put them in someone else, and then you sit there and you judge people for wanting to keep somebody's eyes. I'm like, dude, there's people walking around with breast implants that had either cadaver skin on them, or like cadaver is a dead body, or a what is that called? The foreskin of children. Yeah, just think about that. You're touching, messing with, or even like with baby foreskin males. Yeah. 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 Wow. It's like, how much of this stuff do you honestly know? It's like, do you know that they harvest certain things just for people to consume as well? There's a lot I've been told. I was like, whoa. Alright, that's interesting. Alright, well, I mean, if that's their culture, I'm not gonna sit here and judge. It's like, it's not my job to judge, it's just my job to observe, pretty much. Because I'm not allowed to, Anyways, moving on. There's a lot of interesting things that go on behind the scenes as well as on the scene. Well, okay, so this is all a stage, and you have to find your part and stick to it. Blah 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 blah. We're all characters on a stage, and the puppet masters are watching. It's like, all right, whatever. Puppet masters don't give me enough attention. I ain't giving them any attention. Well, I get the bad attention. I don't get any good. I ain't doing any good. Flip you. Flip you all. I'm going home. Well, I mean, technically, what the hell are you supposed to do? It's like, I've had so much like crummy experiences, and then they want you to do something spectacular through your life. They want you to do something amazing. Either write a book so that somebody can become motivated off of it, or tons of people could be motivated off of it. Tell a story, flippin'. There are other things that are important. So if you're in the academic types of fields, that's like reading, writing, arithmetic, kind of stuff that you use your brain with. They want you to do something to the point where you can leave something behind that others can learn from, which is great. It's admirable to share your life's work with others so that kind of information doesn't go bye-bye. But yet there are people in the entertainment industry who have to leave certain things behind as well. It's usually their books, well, not books, but their movies and other things that they have done. Some even write books, which is cool. Um, it's interesting because they're trying to get rid of books. I'm like, okay, so how is that going to work out? I mean, they don't have to cut down the trees or, kill animals to make the book and whatnot. There are marvels out there, stupendous people who have discovered that the partially digested reeds and weeds and whatnot that come from not only rhinos but elephants can be conformed, and pressed into paper. There are marvels out there who have been making rice paper. Marvels out there who have just taken like a little bit of bark from trees and contrived that into paper. And it's like, okay, so not only does the tree not have to go down, but you can still make paper out of these things. And I'm like, what the hell are these people complaining about now? I was like, just conform to this. I'm sure that you could use the cow manure. You gotta filter out all the weeds, right? All the what is that called? The hay from the thing. You could possibly make hay paper from that because it's partially digested, if not fully digested, to the point where you could process it, just like elephant dung and whatchamacallit. I don't mind poo paper. It's been treated to the point where it's no longer considered poo. I mean, most plants eat the poo. Are you gonna say poo plants? You gonna sit there and knock the plants for eating poo or other biodegradable materials? You gonna call them like, oh, you're a corpse eater. Corpse eater plant. I can't eat you anymore. And I can't eat the things that eat you because they've eaten, the stuff that, the plants that have eaten poo and all this other stuff. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing here, honestly? Are we being that judgy? It's like, do you know that you've consumed far more than you honestly have been whenever you were a child? And your mother, who possibly had breastfed you, I mean, she'd consumed all of that. In order to feed you, she had to consume things in order to make food. I mean, dude. It's like, how judgy can people be? Now, I don't like wearing dead things, but hence I'm wearing dead things. It is illegal in certain places to actually roam around naked. And in other places, you don't want to roam around naked because it's quite cold, and your body would not survive that. And since how I do have hair all over my body, but not the type that would be able to protect me from the cold, if that makes any sense. It's just peach fuzz. And then in other areas where you're supposed to be smelling, like, it gets thick, I guess. I'm trying to take a picture. Give me a second. Oh crap. Alright, so I'm just like, wow, people are complaining that women have hair on their stash hair, like, mustache. They're complaining that they have hair on their legs. They're complaining that they have flipping hair in other places. I was like, are you kidding me? Do you not have hair on these places too? It's like, oh, well, I'm a male. I'm like, yeah, you're still a being of this place, and this is how things are. This is how things grow. I was like, the reason why people had been shaving for so long is because they felt the need to. They felt like they had to because it was a type of, what is that called? Psychically indoctrinated, what it was, damn, I can't remember what it's called. It's whenever you go about being told by society that you are not of a particular thing because you're not looking exactly like the way they want you to look. It's like, if you don't shave your face, you're not a gentleman. If you don't pluck your eyebrows, you're not a female. You're just some hairy monster or whatever. And it's like, right. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So it's what society dictates as normal that ends up conspiring into what other people need, want, or claim to be legit. And if women do not shave their legs or their armpits or their mustaches or their eyebrows or in between their eyebrows, there's some sort of hideous monster creature that needs to be defeated and objectified into meeting the standards of a norm that possibly shouldn't have become a norm. I'm like, I'm all about like healthcare and whatnot, and like feeling healthy and stable and whatnot. If your hair is getting in your way, shave it. I don't care. If your hair is not bothering you in any way, why even bother with it? I'm not gonna sit there and call you a man just because you have a mustache. I'm not gonna sit there and call you a male or a female just because you have a unibrow. I don't care. It's like, you're not gonna judge me my physical appearance. I'm not gonna judge your physical appearance. It's like, you could have like a flippin' eye down here, and I don't care. It's your body. You're nice to me, I'm nice to you. I will reel back a little bit if there are sharp teeth. I apologize, but like, safety comes first, and I'm just like, oh. It's like, wait, have you come to eat me, or are we good? It's like, friend or foe? Friend or foe? It's like, is my kind usually on your menu? Because, like, I'm gonna need a little bit of distance between us so that I can feel a little bit safe. But other than that, I'm gonna treat you how you treat me. So, yeah, I got a little slack from the comment of the blood drinkers, and I'd like to apologize because I know not all blood drinkers are mean and whatever. I never said that they were, but whatever. So, there are also some people who do like little blood ritual things and whatnot. I was like, eesh. As long as you're not sending anything this way, I'm not really caring. It's like, you do you as long as you're not trying to kill, maim, or do anything to me or mine. I'm not going to get involved because it's not my place to get involved with everybody's problems. It isn't. As long as no children are being harmed in the making of whatever the hell you're doing, I care not. It's like, dude, if you don't know by now what's gonna happen if you muck with children, oh, flip, it's gonna be horrible. I don't muck with children. I value the preservation of myself. I love children. I'm not in love with them, if that makes sense. Children are the future of society. It is our future, that is their future. How you treat them today is how they're going to treat others later on. So, I got a little wild with my water. Give me a second. I get quite concerned about how the world's gonna turn out with all this crap going on. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end. This I'm pretty sure. I'm like at a 87% think it's, yeah. Sad. Here I was gonna give a gift, but whatever. No one's gonna be alive for it, so it's like, hey, whatever. Well, you know how it is whenever you're visiting some other places and um, technically I did give 2 gifts. It's sad. But when you're visiting someone's house and whatnot for the first time, you're supposed to bring like a homewarming gift or a housewarming gift, whatever it's called. It's a polite tradition that has somehow stopped. I don't know. I'm trying to. Here we go. Somehow stopped in its tracks for some reason. Just like when you know you're gonna have company, you bake some treats or something, so that they don't feel, what is that called? You get some snacks out or some, you're entertaining someone. So I've done that plenty of times, but yet I was looked at like I was some crazy person, and I'm like, oh, dude, it's proper respect, because like not only are these people in a place that they don't normally go in, but they don't have permissions in your house to do certain things, and they obviously don't know where your bathroom is, so it's like, first things you're like, hey, do you want anything to drink? And then the second thing is like, would you like a snack or whatever? It's nice to have one prepared beforehand. But like, dude, I made like full like burritos and stuff for like certain people, and they just like, I had it setting out so whenever they were hungry, we could all eat. I didn't want to eat before, but they were like, oh, we're gonna go out to eat, and it was like, the stuff I have sitting right there. And okay, all right. It's like, yeah, because I'm obviously trying to poison people. Like, I would waste food like that. How dare you? But, I have an irk about people wasting food. So these other YouTubers that have been popping these, what the hell is that called? These YouTubers who are wasting food. I'm sitting there like my skin's crawling. I'm just like, you mother flipper. And they're just like totally taking whole gallons of milk and pouring it in these little cups. They're it's like, no, it's not Doctor Who science where the cup is actually bigger on the inside. It's overflowing and it's going onto the table and the floor. And I was just like, eesh. All for like something to like harass people about putting milk in their coffee. I was like, you mother effer. You're wasting a child's drink. This is like manna from the mother of a cow. All the vitamins and nutrients in milk that are meant to help prolong and help survive and grow a child cow. And you're wasting this on a floor for a TikTok. That's the flippin' thing. That is the source. TikTok. That's one of the bad ones. The people who created it won't even allow their children to watch this up but a few minutes of it, if not an hour of it, but yet only informative TikToks. I'm like, wow. Because they're pushing for psychological damage. They're thinking that if we're... It's a war tactic. It totally is. They're thinking that if we are not able to lead our young into the right ideals, then we will not be able to continue our civilization, which is true. Is very true. All right, and then because most of our young is wanting to be YouTubers, TikTokers, Twitch streamers, people who sit on their butt, like we're doing right here. You're watching this, right? People who sit on their butt and rake in money. I have not raked in any money. I don't find myself amusing in even the slightest bit, but I guess there are 6 people who took pity on me and or thought I was kind of entertaining. Hi, people. So, yeah, that's where I am. And so it's interesting to see things play out. I believe in the ideals of America and how it was founded and the principles of it. I am sad that there were so many accidents that happened, as well as some other people who would come over here to oppress certain people, which was horrible. I was like, so you leave one regime of oppression just to start oppressing others. It's flippin' stupid. It's really, really, really stupid. I just don't understand. It's like you want freedom, so you come over here, but yet then you're wanting to oppress people. It's like one of those moments where you're like, do you not get your own hypocrisy? Are you not able to see your own hypocrisy? Seeing if there's anything underneath that are caged. Oh crap. Oh damn. Oh, damn. I wonder if I can get him to shoot him. It's interesting, though. So, yeah, people wasting food, it irks me. It aggravates me. I've been without food for a little while, you know? It's like, you know, when you're down on your dumps and dumps, down on your whatever, down in the dumps maybe. I think that's how that saying goes. And you don't have any forms of getting food or the vital nutrients that you can get. Well, you not only take an account of the things that have died just to, just so you have food on the table, which, I mean, everyone should take into account that. Where the hell are the rest of them? I'm not even in a flippin'... Oh, it's because of the dolphins, isn't it? Ugh. Alright. Let's see if we can't do this again. So, not only do you take into account the animals that have died, the plants and animals that have died, just so that you can eat, but you start to notice how many people actually waste their food. Like, legit waste. It's like, okay, portion sizes in different countries are a lot different than portion sizes in America. Portion sizes here are quite big. Like, I will eat my food and then I'll save it and I'll have some left over. And it's I mean, it's quite the entertainment to see that people are able to finish all of this. I mean, they're a lot bigger people than me, but they're able to finish all of this and still be fit and stuff. Most of the food that people have to eat or need to eat when they're out and about is way high calorie. These are high calorie intake, lots of carbs and sugars in the carbs. And it's like, I only eat out when I can, but that's because I am in need of certain things from those things. The oils are a lot less forgiving on... The hell was that? The oils in some foods are a lot less forgiving on some females than they are for males, which then the males will end up blowing up like balloons, getting all antsy and frampy, and not being able to perform in certain aspects of their lives. It's kind of a weird type of sterilizer effect, if that makes sense. It doesn't really keep the crime rate down, just so you know. It doesn't. But there are, damn, where the hell are these? Where did I lose them? Where? But yeah, they've been sterilizing people for years with chemicals and plastics and whatnot. dumbing people down with the water supply and plastics. And then they sit there and they mock and ridicule people because of these things that they have brought upon them. And it's like, wow. Wow. Not only do you make people like this, but yet you sit there and mock them for it. It's like, eesh. And yet continue to use and abuse them. It's like, wow. This is sad. I lost 2 of them. Well, I only have 2 of them. I lost like 4 to 5 of them. So, I don't understand the whole wishy-washiness of what America has become. And as our allies laugh at us and our potential enemies laugh at us, more people conspire and try to end us any way they can. Because it's normally America is who they call in order to bail them out of certain things. And I don't know whether it's like I don't know why, but America has decided that they're the police of the peacekeepers of the entire world. Some people do. I'm just like, live and let live, dude. If you ain't food, there's no reason why you should be attacking each other. If it's not because of food, I'm pretty damn basic about that. If it's not because of food, if it's not because of territory, why the hell are people attacking one another? It's like, did somebody come in to try to steal things? I mean, I can understand that. Are you trying to gather the people that somebody stole from the location? I can understand that. It's like, if you're going into another country because people had legit stolen, like, took people against their will and are using them as slaves, yeah, that's a good reason to invade. That is a really good reason to invade. But if it's just because they're upcharging you for things, dude, go find it somewhere else. Gonna need to dig a hole.